Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra, and today I want to do a technique that I had done using epoxy resin, only this time I'm going to be using polyurethane resin. And what I have is a black and white temporary tattoo. I'm going to get my scissors, and I'm just going to cut around it, just so I don't have to try to fit that whole thing into this tray. And I do have my air purifier going. I have my fans going. I apologize in advance if one of my granddaughters happened to bust through the door. So I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to find out together. So I'm going to take the protective coating off. I have a baby wipe and some water. I'm just going to lay this down. I know this works with epoxy resin. Not sure if this will work with polyurethane. I'm going to wet the baby wipe with the water. And we're just going to get that wet. And for some reason I got something all over this. And water and polyurethane, they don't mix, just like water and epoxy. So you want to make sure that before you pour any polyurethane on this, that everything is dry, that you don't have any water sitting in that. So just want to make sure I get all the image wet. And this is going directly onto the mold. And we're going to see what we got. Take off my gloves, but let's see if I have something I can lift this up without scratching my mold. Let's just see if this. Okay, I see that there's some that I didn't get. We're going to rectify that. Okay, I don't know how much of this is going to be time-lapsed. If I'm still coming down, I'm still getting over a really nasty cold. So if I cough, I'll try to edit that out. I did miss part of the image, but I'm not gonna stress over that. I see that is raised a little bit. So I'm just gonna tap it down onto the mold. All right. I have a smudge brush here that I use for makeup, and I'm going to start off with some pinks and magentas. Neon colors work better than your regular mica powders because polyurethane, it dries or cures white. So if you want these colors to be vibrant, I would stick with vibrant colors. So that's just my 2 cents. So I'm just going to lay the colors down, and when I switch colors, I'll probably time lapse this or fast forward this, but when I switch colors, I'll let you know what colors I'm using. Like right now I'm using magenta. I'm going to come up into this corner You just want to pat it down. You don't want a bunch of loose powder. And we're just going to go like this and get some color down. I'm gonna brush it on. I wanted that mottled look. So yeah, burnish it down into the mold, into the silicone. Okay, I'm not going to change brushes. I'm going to go into the deep pink. And we're going to come over on this side. Okay, I want to come into some purples now. Again, I'm not going to clean my brush. I'm just going to dip it in like so. And that's what I'm going to do. So I will be back on the other side. You do want to go lightly over the, if you're getting close to the temporary tattoo. And I think that is going to be it. Let me check the sides. I'm going to do a quick flip, tap. Let's get this cleaned up the best we can. Okay, I'm going to clean up my mess and I'll be right back. Okay, and that's what we have. Okay, I'm going to mix up some polyurethane resin. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to need 8 ounces, which is a lot of this. I'm going to need 4 ounces of A. Did I go over? Yes, I did. Let me get a little bit of that out. You want to be as accurate as you can, and this is by weight or volume. I'm going by volume. I'm not worrying about closing the lids. And then I'm going to do 4 ounces of B. I don't want a flash cure going on in here. I'm going to mix it for about 30 seconds so it runs clear. And you'll see it turn clear in the cup. Once it goes clear, you know it's mixed. You don't have time to put this in a vacuum chamber or pressure pot or anything like that. I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of blurry. Let me come down a little bit. It's getting warm in my hand. Getting really warm in my hand now. I'm going to dump. I'm not even in frame. Let's see. when you use a large amount of this polyurethane, it goes from liquid to solid quick. Yeah. Probably could have used a little bit more, but I am not going to stress. I could always top it up. Probably do that afterwards. And that is that. So what I do now, I'm just going to leave that going so you can watch. I have my bottles marked with the black. So this, I know this lid goes on the black jar. I'm going to wipe down the lids. You want to wipe these down or you will not get these lids off. Okay, that's the black. And my main black is I just marked the bottle and the lid so that when I'm doing this step, I know what lid goes on what. You don't want to get these lids mixed up or you won't get it off. Okay, this is the blue one. And I'm going to hit it with my long neck lighter. Get some of those bubbles out of there. And we will see what happens. We bring it out just a little bit. And there it goes. I'll probably top this off with about 2 more ounces of polyurethane resin. And then once this cures, we'll be back for the next step. So I will see you shortly. Okay, it's been about 40 minutes. So I want to see if this worked or if it failed. I did come in and put 2 more ounces over this. Let me pull this, zoom out a little bit. There we go. That way it's easier for me to stay in frame. Oh, okay. My resin is heated up. Oh, I hope this worked. Fingers crossed. It did. Oh, that looks so pretty. Oh, look at that. Okay. Now, unfortunately, you can't leave it like this because the tattoo is still exposed. I got powder on my hands. Clean it off. So we're going to come in with some more powders. Let's see. I want to come in with some greens and some reds. Do I have any red? Yes. Green and red. And I did clean my brush somewhat. What other color do I want to come in? Let's come in with some blue. Color blue? Yes. And we're going to color over the top of the tattoo. too. Let me get this off of my brush. You know when you think you cleaned something really well and you find out you did a really poor job of it? Well, I'm blaming my oldest granddaughter. She came in and was messing with me. She's 13 and she's so much fun. All right, now let's hope this don't ruin it. Now, I'm going to be a little bit more deliberate, somewhat, of the color. We want some greens. We're just going to follow a little bit of the outline of the image. There's a green leaf here. We're going to come down this way. You don't want to drag the brush. You're pouncing. I'm pouncing, pouncing, pouncing. You drag, you're going to pull that tattoo right off of there. That looks pretty. I'm going to put a little bit of green down here. And it's going to stick to the tattoo itself. Get some green in here. Like so. Up in here. Like that. Looks good. Alright, I'm going to clean off my brush. Somewhat. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. We're going to go with the red first. And get it on this flower. Like I said, I'm pouncing. You really don't, well, you don't want to drag the brush down. When you do this, you'll feel the tackiness of the tattoo. Yeah, okay, let me get some more. I don't want too saturated with the red. Let's see, I can put some green down. Okay, let me get that red off of there. Let's go back in with some more green. The first time I did this, I was afraid of using too much color. We can all tell I got over that, didn't we? Okay, I like it. All right, close up the red and the green. I want to get some purples in there, or some blue rather, on this little butterfly. Just like so. It's so pretty. I like that. I have that there. Go in with some coral. I'll have everything I'm using, if I can find it. I'll have it linked in the description box. And I want to take this time to welcome all of my new subscribers. Sorry I haven't been posting. I've been sick. My granddaughters have been sick. It's been hard, really hard. Here, so I really appreciate you taking the chance and subscribing to my channel. I want to say hello to all of my returning subscribers, and I want to thank you for your continued support. It truly, truly, truly means a lot to me. I'm really enjoying doing this and my channel and getting to know you guys. And I've had one lovely subscriber, Yvonne. She sent me some goodies from the Carolinas, which was really interesting. And she sent me a nice book, which I really appreciate. So, Yvonne, thank you so much. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix up just over an ounce of resin. I'll show you what we have. That is what we have so far. We have to protect that. So I'm going to mix up an ounce of Bond Crafter epoxy resin, and I will be back as soon as I get that mixed up. Okay, I have an ounce of epoxy resin. I want to take some of the Mayspring Dazzling Diamond, and I want to put just a little bit. You just need a little bit of this. Too much of this, and it will overpower the image. So, I mean, I put just a pinch. Less is more when working with this stuff here. So I'm going to mix that up. I did not put my resin through my vacuum chamber, but I did heat up part A in a warm water bath. I'll show you how I store my resin. This is how I put it in. I put in little honey jars. And this is the part that I heat up in a warm water bath. And this, when I go to pour it out, it doesn't leak. It's not going to dump out. It's like water right now because I heated it up. And but yeah, that's A, and that's B, and that's how I do my resins. I don't have to worry. Let me try it. Let's watch it do it on camera. But if it tips, it's not gonna pour out. So that's why I like using these, and they don't take up a lot of room on my desk because my desk is not very big. So for any of you that are curious, if I remember, I'll link those in the description box as well. I love those little jars. And like I have the black epoxy resin from Bond Crafter, I just leave that in the jars. I'm not going to transfer it over into those bottles, but I have 4-hour fast cure epoxy resin from Bond Crafter that I have stored in these jars as well. But it does, I'll have on here 4-hour fast cure on there. But I do it in different colors. And I print these out on my printer. And I believe the 4 hours red, so that I don't get my bottles mixed up. And then I also match the Sharpie with the color ink. Just a little way I do things. Is it the best way? Probably not, but it's my way. So, I don't know if I showed. That's what we have. Try not to get the glare in there. Let's see if I can move this light so the glare is not in there. There we go. There we go. So let's pour. Let's see how it goes. I don't want this filled all the way up. I just want a thin coat. And just so you know, when you do heat up your part A in a warm water bath, it shortens the working time. You know, like usually you'll have like 40 minutes, 30 minutes of working time, and it shortens it down to where you probably got a good 15 minutes. So you want to keep that in mind. And I'm going right over the sides of this. Let's see what I can do here. Let me just grab one of these. I still want this to be a functional tray. I have a feeling my granddaughter's going to confiscate this. That's okay. Let me know if any of you are interested. I want to start selling some of my pieces. So when I'm done making them, I let them sit out and get fully hard cured, because resin can take up to a month to fully cure. And then I have them wrapped. A lot of my pieces are wrapped and in totes out of the direct sunlight. You don't want to put your resin pieces in direct sunlight because no matter what resin you use, it will turn yellow, the UV. So some just don't turn yellow as fast, but it will. Like I remember this one resin, I won't even name it. I don't even know if I can remember the name of it, but it was one of the only resins that was really out there as far as like a so-called craft resin. This is back in 2018, and when I first started playing around with resin, and I made some pieces, and they have, within a year, they were solid yellow. So I am so glad that I didn't make a lot of stuff with that resin. But it's the, you can find that resin at Michael's. It's not like the moon stuff one, whatever that one's called. It's nothing to do with Michael's. It's just that's where I would find it. But it was crap. So, and but yeah, this resin, I like this resin a lot. It's affordable. It degasses really, really well. So, yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try and, resin is self-leveling, but because I have that little tattoo in there and those little divots and all that other stuff, I want to make sure that I coax the resin to certain spots just to make sure that it's hitting it. It will level itself out. I am going to pop the bubbles first with the long neck lighter. I'll have a reveal at the end. We'll have a good look at it. Basically, this is it, but I'll bring the camera up closer when we're done. I mean, when it cures, so we can get a really good look at this. So I'm really surprised at how well this worked with the polyurethane resin. So I'm going to take some 99% isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going to spritz that. Give it a nice spritz. That will pop the bubbles. And this will match the little jar I made. Matches it perfect. Guess I like those colors. So I know my granddaughter's going to snatch this up for me. This one has a little cork. But yeah, check that video out, how I did that. So yeah, so let this cure up and I will be back and we'll get a really good look at it. Okay, this is cured. This is what this looks like. Didn't it turn out so pretty? That's what the back looks like. It's so smooth and so nice. Okay, my husband, when he's seen this, he said that it looks like it glows in certain areas. So I thought I would get out my black light and I'll show you how pretty this is. Let me turn off the lights and I'll be right back. That's what it looks like under the black light. There's my hand. There's nothing, no, see there's the lights there. Isn't that cool? I think it's so cool, and I'll show you the jar. But it's just so cool to me. I was like, it does look like it glows. So I had to show you with the black light. It is just so amazing to me how that works in that light. So yeah, so let me know what you think. Let me turn the lights back on. So let me know what you think. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And to my subscribers, I truly appreciate you. Y'all have a great day and God bless. Bye.